time is 20:43 GMT, November 22nd. This is Jessica Springfield, Marshal 020 with the San Andreas State Marshals. I'm surrounded here with Blunt. Go and introduce yourselves, Blunt.
Marshal Mike Blunt, 069.
And Knight is also present. Director, go ahead.
Director Brian Knight, call sign 0495.
And me,
we are
Justice
here with
Elizabeth
Justice
Gates. Call sign Justice, because that's what we set our call signs to in the MDT.
And what's your state ID number, just for the record?
I am so Bobby. I'm so Bobby. I'm so
remember
happy that Bobby is interested.
300.
Bobby is fucking
Almost
amazing,
not quite.
patient, and
308.
someone who can think
All right, Ms. Gates,
architecturally.
we wanted to ask you about some interactions you had with Bill Mazize over the last week.
Oh boy,
Are you familiar
my
with
favorite.
Bill Mazize?
Unfortunately, fucking little ratworm.
What is your understanding of the position of Bill Mazize?
Underneath the boot of the nearest person.
I mean,
I
what
don't-
is his
I don't
professional
understand.
position in your
Apparently he's
understanding?
bringing back IA, but considering that guy used to be corrupt as fuck, I doubt that's gonna go anywhere.
And what do you believe what department and everything do you believe him to be affiliated with?
Oh, LSPD.
And do you know what position he fulfills?
Little rat worm that sucks up to Pred? Because Bobby Charles isn't
Justice,
around right now?
please.
No, I'm genuine. That's like his position, like Jester. Jester with the well, actually he doesn't have a bar license, I don't think, does he? I don't know, Jester with a bar license?
Do you know of him to have any rank or position within the LSPD as an official position?
Nah, he said something about IA, but that's not a real job. That's marshal work.
All right. What was the nature of your interaction with Bill in the last week?
He called me to ask me conflicting things. And I mentioned that he needed to be careful because he had accidentally committed perjury on the pulls up phone to reference court case name. The one with Ava, the one that he explained to me. He goes, "Oh, I didn't know." I'll get the name in a second. Hang on.
You're fine. Take a moment.
Sterling? No, that's mine. What is it? Michael Manx and Coop Torres versus LSPD and BC. So I said, you need to be careful because you committed perjury there, Bill. And he goes, "Oh, I just didn't know the report existed." And I said, "Oh, understandable. You know, something about how basically indicated that he should probably let her know. Like that's why he said that. Like make some kind of indication otherwise, because he had technically perjured when he said there was no report with evidence." And he explained that he didn't have access to high command reports, so he didn't know it was there, but now he did. And then I asked him, what happened to PD just saying, "Yeah, my bad, we fucked up," and taking accountability for stuff, because he had talked about like the old days. Because he's asking me if IA reports were still admissible in the docket, and yes, they are, because IA is not a thing. It's martial stuff. And I said, he was talking about because in the old days, and so I said, in the old days, PD used to say, "Shit, fuck, that's my bad," and settle and just retrain. I said, "What happened to that?" And he asked me like what I was on about, and I was like, "Come on, dude." I basically told him that like we all know that command report says that a cop shot those guys. Why didn't you guys just settle, basically? And he was explaining that like he had tried to settle in a different case and they'd fired the cop and people still weren't happy and everything, and he'd recused himself off that case. Ruby had removed him from the Michael Manx case. And then I was like, wait, what do you? And then we segued into talking about the other thing, the other case where some cop got fired for, is it an illegal raid that was unsigned, I believe?
What?
No, I haven't read it.
All right. So you said he called you, right?
Yes, he called me.
What was the original reason for his call?
To ask if IA documents were so in the old days you used to be able to not request any kind of IA documentation on the docket. It's like questioning SOPs, right? We just didn't do it. But
right.
That's not we don't that's not a thing anymore. So I told him, I said, I don't think it's a thing anymore.
Do you know
Because there
what
is
day
an
that
IA.
was by chance?
No, but I'll give you permission to go fishing for it.
All right.
So permission
So he
to pull my phone
contacted you.
records to find out when it was. Yeah.
So just to clarify, he contacted you to ask about if IA documents could be presented in court.
No, if they could be, if he could deny them being presented in court.
So he was aware of the IA documents before calling you.
Because this was after they got posted on the docket. And I also indicated to, I'm starting to remember it more as I talk, that
No, you're fine.
the part where they fucked up for that to be a thing anyways, like for them to be able to not post it, would have been not hiding evidence in it. Said by indicating like that, I said once they attached the evidence and referenced it, they were kind of fucked anyways, and it has to be produced. So you kind of have to produce it. You know, that kind of legal opinion on it.
Okay. And so when you were speaking to him about it, you said you mentioned that he committed perjury, so you were aware of the contents of the document.
I seen the one on the redacted one on the docket, yeah, and that was the shittiest form of. Come on, y'all, like you redacted the name of who shot and then a whole section, the bullets that you picked up from that, like. I'm sorry. The lack of accountability to me is astounding.
No, I understand completely. I'm just trying to get so I've constructed a whole very accurate timeline of events. So all I'm doing is I'm trying to put together the most accurate timeline of events as I possibly can.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what it was. It was a little before she put her thing up. It would have been before. Because that way it's easier for you to go fishing, because I'll give you access to my call log to figure out when it was, like permission to pull it. I'll see if I can narrow it down for you, because I think it was the day that we did the Samantha Sanders case, the first day when we had to move it. So when did I do that?
Oh my God, bro! He tried to blame Ruby.
Okay. Would
Yeah,
you be okay with me requesting
grab
your
on
phone
either
call
day.
log? It was a call only, not.
Yo,
not a
this
text, right?
guy, bro!
So would you
What
be okay
is
with me
happening?
requesting
to pull that
the
100%.
calls from, what do you say, the 16th through the 18th?
And then LSPD let it happen.
Not messages. Okay.
Like, that's
That way I can build the
crazy
exact
work.
perfect timeline.
Yeah, because I don't remember exactly what it was, and if it doesn't show up in those, then I can consent to a farther range to find it. But it should be on the 17th, because I think I was talking to Angela before the court case about our case.
Okay. Had you interacted with Mr. Mays prior to that phone call before, in person or over the phone, or
Not since
in
the
any
collapse.
communication whatsoever? Okay. And have you communicated with him at all ever since?
There was that phone call. I think he might have called me with a follow-up question about something at one point, and then he texted me during the Prodigyrp case to tell me to look at Lex's profile, because he had changed his picture to something humorous. I yelled at him in front of everyone in court, because we're literally starting the scheduled court case, and he decides that's the time he has to pull Prodigyrp, the person suing, away from the court case to go discuss important IA things with him. I said, absolutely not. He cannot leave the judicial proceedings at this time. You can talk to him after.
Oh, I understand. Do you know, and now this is obviously going to be a third-person account, do you know if he contacted any of your other colleagues about a similar or same issue?
I know that he talked to Grayson about some stuff, but I don't know what that meeting was about. I know there was a meeting.
Was that before or after?
Oh my God! What?
The guy, so I kind of just tune out every time someone says his name.
It's understandable.
Oh my God!
I don't have any further questions. Do either of you?
No.
Yeah, if I may, just for clarity's sake, when he brought up IA, is it accurate to say he's brought up IA a couple times?
Yeah, he specifically mentioned. I said IA. I said, isn't that what the marshals kind of thing is now? And he said, we're working closely with the marshals. We're bringing back IA in the old like school way
Oh,
where it's internal. Yeah, according to him, he's working closely with you guys on that.
interesting.
He presented himself as somebody who was working with the marshals as a PD member of IA to help you guys.
Did he elaborate on what that help was?
No, just an implication of like things like someone getting shot wrongly at a scene or that raid that got done without being signed.
Interesting. To your recollection, has he did he make any references? Did he elaborate any further on what it was beyond that?
No, not really. He kind of left it to like an open-ended implication that it was like it used to be before the collapse, before they had marshals like
I
that.
see. Did he mention anyone else he was working with outside of the marshals, which the previous statement being allegedly?
Not within IA. I would have assumed he was working with Pred because it's LSPD, but I don't think I recall him mentioning any names besides just saying like the Royal we are working with the marshals.
I see. So, so he said this like okay. So no one else was present when he said it, but he used the word we, implying others involved.
We were on a personal one-to-one phone call, and he said we are working on it, but he didn't name any other we.
I see. There was a
Okay.
yeah.
Go ahead, Director. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I also sent you something, Springfield. I don't know if there's any questions in relation to that we need to ask here. If you want to just take a quick glance.
Oh, I didn't see this one.
Do you guys have a bathroom?
Yes, right over there.
Can I take a 5-second potty break?
Yep, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Is it this
Pausing the
one?
recording here at 3:55 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Or correctly pausing it at 20:55 GMT.
Oh, there you go. So that document was given to me. We have never really worked with him. I'll send it to you too, Blunt.
No, so when Luca and Kat and I got pulled into that meeting with Bill and Ruby a couple days ago, remember that?
Yes.
He was trying to report something. He said that he talked to you and that you guys were working together and like they were bringing IA back and that they'd be doing like the preliminary part of investigation.
He gave me this document and gave a proposal.
Yeah.
Right. And I told him then
like it was
too.
a done deal, and I was like,
no,
Brian will let us know when anything's going to change on our front.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, but it's going to be like this, and we're going to do this. I was like, okay, I mean, and interested in hearing that from Brian.
Yeah, there you go.
And we left.
Yeah, the meeting was like, here's what it is. It was him and Maxwell, mind you, and you'll notice it in here. In this documentation, I made a PDF copy. In the event, any documents are altered,
no, it's perfect
edited.
Because the silliest part is one of the most useful things I have on here is the fucking signatures at the bottom. Or not the signatures, the
Oh my God, I didn't even notice that. That's chain of command. Are those signatures?
They're not signatures. They're just chain of command. But the fact that they've titled it with the title they gave them, they've been trying to separate. For the longest time, everyone kept saying, "Oh, it's Commander Bill Mazize," and things like that.
Yep.
And now they're all referencing him as a lower rank.
Yep. Right as this started happening, which is crazy.
They also revoked his access in the MDT.
Yeah.
For accessing command reports just yesterday.
I would pull see if we can pull anything in relation. Oh, hey, welcome back.
I'm actually going to talk to IT.
You guys don't have a sink, so I washed my hands in the shower, but there's no drain in the shower, so there's a big puddle of water in there now.
Oh,
there's 100% a drain in the shower.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I had this argument with them, and Jessica and the designers
maybe all of your
had.
hair is in it, Jessica.
I don't know how water's supposed to travel up steps, but
It doesn't
both
travel up
Raven
the
and
steps.
Jessica said it's
It's
supposed to be like
slanted
that. So.
at just a 2-degree slant, which is appropriate for construction standards, back towards the back wall, so that the water flows away from the steps and into the
Such a
drain
fucking
against the wall.
loser nerd. Hey, if I quit my job and I don't shoot cops, can I just come work on spreadsheets and not have to do the rest of the marshal stuff?
Oh my God, you would
I
love
can
it
have you join me
if
on
your
all the
cousin
sheets.
showed up.
What the fuck? That's bullshit. Why can't I do it?
Because you and I like were on opposite sides in Sanguine. What if Sanguine happens again?
Then I'll shoot senators in the face and Viva la Sanguine. I don't know. I wasn't pro Sanguine either, but I just wasn't. I was.
No,
sides.
I'm only saying in jest.
All right, hold on. Let me start the recording again if we're ready.
I don't know. Someone keeps fucking dispatches to the ground. You might have a fucking cousin.
I was high key. I was gonna poach them for marshal dispatch. Like, no, I'm not even kidding.
Well, they'll be back in a week.
All right, I am.
Yo, I was legit going to
Let the record
poach.
show.
20:59 GMT.
I was actually
Let the record show that 2% grade in the shower and the bathroom is not effective at keeping puddles of water from forming.
Noted.
Understood. I am so sorry, Director. What is some of the questions you had about this document that we've been presented with? We're looking at the warrant and courtroom special attack subdepartment SOP.
Sorry, say
There's a
again.
lot
I
to
was
read
just
here.
thinking this.
Was that for?
I'm looking at this document you presented me, and you had some questions about this. I haven't had a chance to read this thoroughly.
Oh yes, I can ask.
What kind of questions do you have about it?
Sure. During the phone call, did he elaborate beyond what IA might be referencing?
No, he kind of left it like an open-ended implication. It was like the old days.
I see. Was there any reference to in that phone call? Was there any references to Chief Pred?
I don't recall Pred exactly by name. I have a feeling like there was a like an approval from Pred, but I don't know if he said it specifically or if he just the way he was like, we've been tasked, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know the exact way it felt, but it felt official and like Pred sanctioned.
I see.
I wouldn't put past him. He loves a little guy.
So would it be accurate to say, as a part of this conversation of explaining IA, he made the inference that it was a approved and active unit?
Yes, it sounded like a fully active, approved, like pursuit or TRT, like it was sanctioned by the chief and he was working in an official capacity.
Would it be fair to infer that that is further established when there's discussions about IA reports being held from the court? I don't. What was the exact phraseology he referenced? Gates,
said
in regards to the IA reports.
Is it the same as it used to be before the collapse, where IA documents aren't like you can't request them on the docket, like they don't get posted on the docket?
And was that in reference to any specific reports?
He didn't reference it, but then I said, if you're talking about the Ava's case, it was too late for that when you guys put the evidence in it.
And did he acknowledge, or
yes,
that was what was being referenced?
Yeah, because then I told him, you committed perjury, and that's when he explained to me that at the time when he had posted on the docket, he didn't have access to command reports or high command reports, so he couldn't see that there was a secondary document with evidence in it, proving that he didn't read the report, because Ava literally stated that there was a thing that said in the report that there was evidence in another report, which is how we knew there was another report. And that once he got access to that, he was able to see that it did in fact exist.
Oh, so he was given access to those.
That's what he implied, at least.
Was it eventually known to you what type of report that would be categorized in officially on the MDT?
He said he didn't have access to either all of command's reports or high command's reports. I'm not sure the exact phrasing.
I see. And this document in question on Ava's case, was that a command report?
It was the implication that's why he couldn't see it, because he didn't have that access yet.
I see. Okay. Going back to names, was there any reference to Assistant Chief Rhodes?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay.
I don't usually cross over with Rhodes, so I don't hear a lot about him. So I don't
Understood.
believe he mentioned Rhodes.
So any references was sort of vague that somebody gave him. Would it be accurate to say that there was no direct reference to a name, but a implication that someone above them gave the authority?
Yes, that he would have been
Okay.
approved by somebody in the highest levels of command.
Could you? There was a comment you made during this in regards to a case with Ruby York. Can you restate what that was about?
That's the same one we're talking about. Michael Manx and Coop Torres versus LSPD and BCSO.
Yeah.
The one where cops shot somebody allegedly on the incorrect scene, that weren't involved with the scene, and then covered it up.
I see. And you had mentioned a reference about another case that they weren't able to settle when that
Yes,
topic
let
was
me
brought up.
find it. That's gonna be a Arnold Weiss case, I believe. For the record, Blunt just
I
walked
might
out
have
the
to have
room.
you have a yeah, director, you might have to hold that questioning line for yourself independently.
Okay. I can
Yeah,
pause.
Craig Barrett's doing the representation on that case.
If you
I'm
want
just
to
gonna
just
tell you,
put,
it was civil action Kane West v. LSPD was the one that he referenced, and then we had a discussion about that.
And I don't need to know the specifics of that case, but rather the specific comment that was made. What was a comment made in regards to the settlement? Oh, is that an active case?
It is an active case.
Oh, Jessica, if you want to just like clog your ears,
Yeah,
or
just like,
for the record, just a little bit of allergies towards a specific question. What was the reference that was made?
So I said, why doesn't PD just take accountability like the old days, where you'd say, "Fuck, we messed up. We'll retrain and make sure this doesn't happen again," and they'd pay out a settlement. And he said, we tried that. There's a case where we fired the guy, and they still wanted a bunch of stuff, and that we weren't going to be able to. There's no emotional damages or anything, and they weren't going to pay that out. And I said, oh, which one is that? Because he said something about the judge not moving forward with it or something. Not throwing, just something like that. And I said, oh, well, which one is it? So I can like look and make sure we're moving forward on it. And that's when we found that it was the civil action of Kane West versus LSPD, which is one where there was a raid that wasn't signed by a judge, but was conducted. And they fired the judge on that.
I see.
Or not the judge, sorry. They fired the cop on that.
Oh, they fired the cop. What was the relation to Ruby York in that what was a comment? How is he relating Ruby York to it?
He's not. He was relating to the fact that like he had stepped in on that case and was trying to settle. And then
I see. He made the decision.
Yes, and he also has. I see now. Yesterday, stepped down from that.
I see. So when he was on it, you're saying he stepped in and he wanted to settle initially?
Yes, because.
And then why didn't he? What was his reason for it?
I'm not sure if they reached out and they were unable to settle, or it was that he didn't want to, like, the fuck is this bullshit motion? Sorry, there was a dumb shit motion that he made on the docket. Or if they were just not willing to pay out the full amount that was being requested, and so there was an like that's why they didn't settle. But that like he was like, well, we fired the cop and they weren't happy. Like that wasn't enough for them.
Understood. What did he mention was if it was like his decision, or did someone direct him, or were there other parties involved? Was there any indication one way or another?
General we for everything.
Okay. Understood. Okay, and how would you understand we when he was making those comments?
If it comes to a settlement like that, I would understand we to be him working with either command or high command. Like looking at it now, I see that Haley Maxwell was listed, so I would have assumed he would have talked to the captains, right? But it was some kind of
Understood.
implication of command or high command was working with him, that he had been asked to do this in some capacity.
Okay. Understood. I'm just gonna poke Jessica here.
Jess.
Are
Okay,
we
you're
good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck, Craig Barrett. Oh God.
Okay.
You
I'm
would.
good with questions.
I have something to tell you after the record about Craig Barrett. It's not anything important to this. It's just gossip.
All right. I don't have any further questions at all. Are we good, Director?
Yep, absolutely.
All right. Do you have any questions for us, Justice,
I can.
in relation to this matter?
Hey, if PD's gonna be this bad at covering up corruption, where you can read the redacted report and understand exactly what's redacted based on context clues, because unlike PD, who didn't read a single post on that case at all and actually comply with what was being asked of them, if they're gonna do corruption that easy, dear God, I hope I elected the right director, because fuck me, dude, that shit was lazy corruption. That's all.
All right.
No problem.
All right.
We will conclude the recording here at 21:09 GMT.
Okay.
Waits for recording to go off.
Recording is off.
I did fuck Craig Barrett. What you gonna do about it?
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
Yeah, when he was a marshal in the marshal's office.
Well, we did
Also-
renovate, so you know.
Yeah, we cleaned afterwards. I will say that's some lazy ass corruption. I have never in my life been corrupt as a judge, because Wayne Artson and Dennis Labar put the fear of God into me. But as a lawyer, I did corrupt as fuck shit, and I never got caught. Like, that's lazy. I did an ammo crate as a lawyer.
Yeah,
and didn't get
we're
caught. Like, shit.
Oh my God.
There's nothing more embarrassing than when someone does crime badly.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I got away with a hag, so
Jesus.
How did you?
I got away with sanguine.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, do you know how many people when the city like borders reopened, they went, "Why the fuck is that guy a cop again?"
Oh my God. To be fair, I think the problem with sanguine for a lot of it, because a lot of people didn't know the why, which is, regardless of opinion, like, if something's gonna happen, you need to tell the public. Like, what are people going to think if tanks are going through the road and you're just like, well, don't worry about that. Like, you know?
They were complaining about the state of emergency when you got kidnapped, right? Like, why don't they ever tell us what it is? And it's like, well, hey guys, if I've grounded all the aircraft and you read the legislation for reasons why, maybe if we put 2 and 2 together, we could figure out something bad is in the sky. That's what the state of emergency is. But civilians can't read, and neither cops, apparently.
All right.
yeah.
Do you know how many times Ava walked up to me and went, "I'm not stupid, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, you're not, but what's up?" And she's like, "Can you read my post and then read their posts and tell me if I'm missing, like they've answered me and I'm missing it?" And I just read it and I went, no, they didn't answer you. You're not reading what you've put. Do you want
LSPD has a very bad issue with surface level reading.
Do you want to make a subpoena for my phone so it's CYA, or do you want me to just pull it for you?
I'd rather write the subpoena. Unless you really want to just... Well, we have to request that from the cell phone companies. It's not coming from you.
I'm going to let y'all cook on that. I got to talk to Blunt real quick.
I just tell them to pull it, you know?
Just give a little tap.
You fucking wish. That's fine. It'll be a consent once the magistrate takes it.
Hello.
Hey, one of my OG detectives is looking to apply to the marshals.
Okay.
She's like shift 3 into 1. She goes by codename Bobby. Her state ID is, I'm gonna ask, could you send her the like a 6-month background check?
Bobby Russell?
Yep, Bobby Russell.
Okay, I'm familiar. Yeah, I'll get her sorted.
It's gonna be 1508. And once that clearance happens, I'm gonna get her onboarded. Next 2 months for her are going to be a little shaky, but I said, hey,